can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. COVID money, miss away in the little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste no must a mantis statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the script of money, girl, and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up, him a got a bet. Too much eating at the kitchen, some a fly well like a pot too. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption cease.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sound man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning and welcome. It is Monday, the 5th of August. The year done already because we just have Christmas dinner last week. The OUR has extended JPS time to have everyone back on electricity by 7 days, or there will be consequences. The question is, will JPS meet that deadline? And if they does not, what will the OUR do? To my community of party member and all my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters and trolls, good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining. Beat and Teach, good morning. Natalia Freeman, Yvonne Riley, Sharon Bernard, Sunshine, Paula Shelley, Althea, Jason King, Yvonne Riley. I am Roger Forbes, Wagwan bro. Jason King, Patricia Matthews, Ransford McLean, Annie Jones, Sheena Kelly, Karen Forbes, Wagwan bro. When I get back no power yet, me know I'm gonna get back at it to get what we just bros, morning. Government and them nice a pass. Georgia Dennis, good morning. I've been a Sarkody. Cousin Marina, Wagwan. When you get back no light yet, government start helping you yet, then say today, they must start issue out money for the people that will completely damage the ones that can be assessed for up to 400,000. I don't know how much that can do for people who their house were completely destroyed. Anyway, Pamela Akola, good morning. No, sir, no light, no come back yet. I'm going to start on a contentious level this morning. Social media is a space that's contention always spur. Monica Hall. For most of you who listen to Wayne Lonesome, you know it's a name I don't call over here, but I'm going to call it this morning. You must have heard Wayne Lonesome rant yesterday, disgracefully disrespecting Brenda. Before I make my threat this morning to the Global Diaspora Council, to the Call to Action group, and to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Force, Task Force, Lilith Lockerbie. If it is okay for you, Wayne Lonesome, to abuse your wife, or if it is okay for your wife to be abused verbally, Violet Watson, we're not going to accept it in our space with any of the women linked to our organization who is standing up for Jamaica. We're not going to have it. But I want to say to the Call to Action, One Jamaica Legal Defense, and Global Diaspora Council, I'm giving you 24 hours. 24 hours to address that Wayne Lonesome did yesterday. 24 hours. And if I turn on my YouTube tomorrow morning and this issue is not addressed, because I'm hoping that none of these men are supporting misogyny. I'm only hoping that any of these men in the three organizations tied in one is not supporting misogyny. Hey, Jesus, this morning. You all have until 1 o'clock my time tomorrow. And when I turn on my YouTube tomorrow, make sure, let me see if somebody is at the door. 1 second, please.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Go be money, miss away in the yellow.
Thank you very much for waiting and welcome back. As I was saying, to the Global Diaspora Council, the One Jamaica Legal Defense, and Call to Action, if this issue is not addressed in the next 24 hours, then I'm going to have very uncomfortable questions to ask tomorrow morning. I don't think you all would want these uncomfortable questions to be out in public. But if we're going to come out here every day and take on the government and good governance, accountability, and transparency, if you're a part of an organization, you must be able to show that as well. The people need accountability. The people need an explanation as to Lonesome rant yesterday. The misogyny. I want to ask the gentlemen of those three groups, do you support misogyny? Do you support that wanton attack on another woman who work along with the organization? Is the gentleman in the organization is going to come out and say, we are aware of who this woman is? Because if by tomorrow, in the next 24 hours, you all don't provide a response, social media will be a tormented place for you all tomorrow morning. Because in the legal spheres where we operate, you do not ask question if you don't know the answer. So don't let me start asking questions tomorrow morning. I hope there isn't any traitors or scammers amongst the organization, but I will leave it for the next 24 hours. But please make sure, if you all don't want this place to tear down tomorrow morning, you answer those questions, you provide accountability to the public. If there is anything going on in the organization that the public should know, they must know. Lonesome has brought it into the social space. It is no longer an organizational issue. I want to make something clear. The Call to Action WhatsApp group, I have been recently been a member of that group. Wayne Lonesome has never been a member of that group. I have never attended any of the meeting for the Call to Action, barring one to talk about the London protests. Wayne Lonesome has never attended a meeting to do with Call to Action. Those I want to make clear. I'll take a break and I'll join you back shortly.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Go be money, miss we eat.
Thank you very much and welcome back. I've got an electrical technician in the house with me, so I'll be disturbed at times, but never mind. But as I was saying, this type of misogyny will not be accepted. This type of lawless behavior will not be accepted. So I would urge those organizations to provide a response in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, when I turn my device on 1 o'clock tomorrow, I will be asking a bunch of uncomfortable truths. I will be asking a lot of questions. So just to let you all know. Just to let you all know. 1 sec. PJ Patterson welcome decision, including the question of reparation on the agenda of the next Commonwealth Heads of Government to be held in Samoa. One second, please. Right. I don't know why PJ Patterson keep meddling into politics. An ex-prime minister, an expensive ex-prime minister who legislated to raise his pension to the current salary of a prime minister has suddenly returned into politics with a lot of brouhaha, a lot of useless story, a lot of things that PJ Patterson should have seen and done when he was in government for about 10 years or so and did nothing. But all of a sudden, he has been arisen from the dead and have much to say. Bruce Golden is also talking as well. But one thing I don't hear any of these two mention, because Bruce Golden wants the CRC to include the provision of impeachment, which is something that all I will want. Fine. Why none of you is having the conversation of the Maroons that have been left out of the constitutional review? One two ex-prime minister come out attack. Because no say Porsche I can't talk. So they come out attack. Why none ask the question or enforce that the Maroons must be and ought to be involved in the constitutional review process? The question of their sovereignty must be taken into account. Why no two deadbeat ain't having that galangin, but you seem to have suck up to Andrew galangin them, and all of a sudden come out? You all must come out for the truth. You all must come out for the truth. Bear with me a second, please.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy life.
So that's it on PJ Patterson and Bruce Golden, because I don't know why these two expensive ex-prime minister is speaking, given that we're paying them the current salary of a sitting prime minister to do nothing, all because they have corrupt power to legislate that their pension ought to be the same as a sitting, the salary of a sitting prime minister. But now the OUR, the toothless dog, the turtle crawling around the lampposts, has given, because remember, the Prime Minister and the Minister of Energy told us that JPS has a deadline of the 5th of August, the day before independence, to have the country back on the grid following Hurricane Beryl. The OUR in the toothless dog OUR has now extended the deadline by 7 days, saying JPS has until the 12th to have the country back on the grid. And there will be consequences if they fail to comply. What are those enforcement? We will wait to see, because a toothless dog only barks. We are fully aware of that. We've never had a case, OUR. We've never had a case where a toothless dog bites. Impossible. A lot of noise, though. A lot of noise. And that is what the OUR does. So let's wait until the 12th and see. Because we know JPS ain't going to meet the deadline. Because my community, a lot of my parish in St. Elizabeth is still out of electricity. Them half-heartedly have back customers in an economic area where it's beneficial to them. The rural villages are still ignored. I don't know why people are not blocking the roads. I don't know why people are not showing their discontent to government. But let's see what the OUR will do when these buffoons do not meet the demands, and see what the other set of buffoon will say to the other set of buffoon. Because that is what is happening all around us. Everything is done by buffoons. This is why over a month after the hurricane, the Prime Minister is now issuing grants where people should have had grants much earlier to assist with getting their roofing back on, because we have months to go in the hurricane season. And all is happening with the JPS debacle since the hurricane. We've been given lying statistics. They have been exposed. There have been a debacle between them legally, operationally, sorry, and all sorts. The people of Jamaica, though, the people of Jamaica are still in a quagmire where they have no electricity. The temperature in Jamaica, my brother have to be sleeping on him veranda because, you know, deck house, if you don't have fan or air condition, in the sweltering heat, you can't sleep in peace inside. It's just impossible. But the government don't see the need. Hold on. Thank you very much. Thank you. The government don't see the need to make sure the operation of the recovery process is well coordinated. We haven't had a coordinated structure said to us yet by the government. We haven't seen any management from this government at all. I don't know why the people aren't standing against this barbarity. I have no idea. This Bill Gates won him. Seems to be there's an impact or whatever it called in outbreak in Africa. And these lot are wandering. But up to yesterday, I talk to Miss. Who me I talk to? I say, I would prepare myself if Trump win, because if Trump win and he decide not to fight a war, you know what we are going to have next. Remember when he never prepared to fight war, we get a lockdown and pandemics. If he win and he don't decide to go to war, because the world has to be in chaos. It is just how politics, those who own politics work. Me don't know if a baby G this Karen. She never identified herself yet. I think this is just a Marcia Stewart. I don't think a baby G this. So, wanna prepare on yourself for another, because I don't know. So they have whole heap in their socks. We was on the one we're gone with there. And then plan for unleash them as and when them feel like, so not careful. This year one year him. He step up in ribbon cutting. Can they give a horse in a Clarendon? But I hear some of the Labour supporter them applauding the Prime Minister. That the Prime Minister, this is progress. If this is not progress, the Prime Minister gave land title to over 300 people at Clifton Lodge. And some Jamaicans think that is progress. What would have been progress for the Prime Minister in this whole Clifton Lodge title issue is when the contentious issue was at hand, the Prime Minister, with wisdom and advice, sought to have deal with this issue on a human scale. But what the Prime Minister rather did was went to Clifton with his bulldozer with very little announcement I think about 24 hours or so, and bulldoze people's houses. The Prime Minister was caught in a pickle politically and wrath all over social media as to his behavior. In a bid to repair his credibility, one of the women where a host nearly done with the Prime Minister knock it down. The Prime Minister bring her to Parliament and give her a house. For repair in disgraceful credibility of how that issue was handled, the Prime Minister has now turned around and give 300 residents within that slot titles. This is not progress. They are behind Prime Minister and your people. They are behind. The book where you book down them house, then go negotiate with them. You could have negotiated with them and them would have been further now. Rather than have to go start building again, them could have continued building, and that land distribution could have been done, Prime Minister, without you being a barbarian. But because barbarity, Prime Minister, is your true nature, it is your instinct action. You have to be taken to task to do the right thing. This is not from your heart, Prime Minister. This is trying to buy votes. This is trying to repair a dirty, damaged credibility. There was nothing here of human or passion coming from you with regards to this Clifton Lodge, Galangian. Nothing. It's all a political game because you realize how much your barbarity has damaged your credibility, your political credibility. Something we never have found day one. Because from your Ministry of Education, you're a thief. You use violence and scamming. Forget your first seat, is it not?
We have had a legacy of informal settlements. So generations of Jamaicans have lived on sugar lands without anything to formally say you have ownership or you have rights to this. It is a constant struggle for Jamaicans because we came out of a system where we had no endowment.
Your Beverly Hill mansions. The old man who did own a piece of land, the old man who would ride a bicycle and own a piece of land. Who did you buy that land from, Prime Minister? Can you go on like you know squatter too? You are going like you know squatter too. Who did you buy that piece of land from, Andrew Holness?
Meaning that our families, going back historically, had no ownership of anything. And that has created a sense of social injustice in the society. Something that we are still reckoning with today. Today, however, it is we who own Jamaica. We are the ones who own the government of Jamaica. And the government that you own, the government of Jamaica, must create a system whereby every Jamaican has an equal and orderly opportunity to own a piece of Jamaica and create an endowment for future generations. I see myself as part of this long struggle to empower the Jamaican people with the ability for...
What has Andrew Holness done in any way to empower Jamaican people? Can a dictate? Have you ever, Prime Minister, known of a case where dictators empower their people? If you do know that, please let me know. Have you ever, Prime Minister, heard of a case where dictators empower their people? Everything this Prime Minister said is a lie. Everything what this Prime Minister said is a lie. This Prime Minister is just going around the country using house and land to buy votes. And he want to use a house to buy a whole community of votes.
Orderly, formal, and fair opportunity for ownership.
All right, you empower we. Me just want to tap at the empower. Respond to this and tell me how you would empower us after this. Please do.
Hey man, pick up the mic again, Jesus. I don't know to do nothing that I want to provide for my policy. Hey, look. Put on the mic and get it. You're big on this. You're big on this. Look, you're big on this. Man, go to the mic and get it. I got that. Listen, not say so we will, hold on a second. If we have to end it here, we might have to end it here. Other speaker. That is the protocol. As a justice of the peace, I stand by.
I wonder if the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party have seen that Andrew Holness bringing a whole bunch of his homosexual friends to destroy the Labour Party. You don't notice how them G2K boy behave in the JLP? You don't notice them have secret for Andrew Holness? That this boy can just do anything and get away with it, unchallenged. I wonder if Westmoreland people would have voted back in George Wright and this little sprat into office because of them something and destroy our politics. Nobody no respect for it. Because Andrew Holness come with chink, mat, hag, and dog. Chink, mat, hag, and dog. Anything that can support Andrew narcissistic behavior. And them Andrew draw in to make sure him don't have nobody with a push back against him. Nobody. Empowerment. None of them respond to this yet. None of them respond to Matthew Samuda yet. I be a criminal. Because if any boy at Westmoreland shut down emancipation, pre-emancipation celebration like this, do you think, hey, Fitzbailey, somebody call Fitzbailey, I want you to say a friend, Fitzbailey, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning, but Fitzbailey, I want you to say a friend. Hey, Murdo, Jesus. Me not buy no machete, you know, because I don't know which side machete sharpen pan. Me don't know which side machete sharpen pan. So me not buy no machete. Freedom machete. Especially when they sharpen two sides. Hey, Jesus, afraid of machete. I am afraid of machete. Social justice activists versus political activists. There's not a lot of people who understand the difference between the two. Social justice activism. You stand up and speak up for justice for all. And I don't mean open-eye justice. I mean blindfolded lady justice. Blindfolded lady justice. I don't want to see who in front of me, where them look like. I'm concerned with the issue at hand. That is social justice activism. Then you have political activism, which is quite much a different thing. The only commonality between them is the word activism. The political activist has a partisan's view on every or most thing they would do. Justice for the political activists only apply to the party they support. Injustice only apply to the party they do not support. Their ambition is to achieve political power, not people power. So we do different things. We stand for different things. If you're forming an organization, and if the organization is about the people, you cannot mix political activists and social justice activists in the same pot. They just don't work. The social justice activists have an agenda for justice for the people. The political activist has an agenda to promote their party, their leader, and their political idea. Therefore, there is going to be contention, there is going to be split, and all sort within that organization. Like for like, if it's a political, if it's a social justice organization, then you must seek to see that your members are social justice activists. If your organization is a political activism, you need to align with people whose main or sole interest is political activism. In the Black community for too long, these two have been intertwined and has torn down or held back organizations. We need to sift people out. There's a thing called vetting and sifting. Sifting and vetting. Sifting, you separate political activists from social justice activists. Vetting, you look at people, background, track work, and ideas. There's always going to be traitors amongst us. There's always going to be people who are willing to sell out for the cause. We have been experiencing this from the days of slavery. Those black family who own plantation, those black family who were the house slave, their descendants are still here. If we carry the trauma of the cane and cotton field, they would carry the mentality of the house. That is why sifting and vetting, if we're going forward and want to have unity in the black community when it comes to organization and the stand up for justice, sifting and vetting matters. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a whole bag of mother-long tongues. Everybody knows that when me speak undiluted, unfiltered, and unfettered. Because I am not a fan of anyone, nor am I partisan to any political party, leader, or idea. I do not have any political ambitions, none whatsoever. The most you would see me closer to politics is paid technocratic advice, nothing further. You pay me, I advise you, and it's done. Nothing else. Nothing else. I tell people all the while, I don't want to work in a group or organization. I feel comfortable on my own. I feel comfortable on my own. Because no matter how you hear people jump up and shout, the people, majority of them, most of them have their agenda. Some political agenda, some celebrity and number status. That's why I mean I go grow up on social media, because I'm not here to speak in a way to caress people's ego and to make people think, oh, Wayne is nice. No, I'm here to speak on what are truth and facts. And I'm saying one more time this morning, to call to action, Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the One Jamaica Legal Defense. Somebody must respond to what Wayne Lonesome did yesterday. Somebody must provide clarity to the public of what Wayne Lonesome did yesterday. Somebody must deal with the misogyny that came from Wayne Lonesome yesterday to another woman in the organization. It will not be tolerated. And if somebody do not respond in the next 24 hours, then I have a lot of uncomfortable questions to ask. I hope I don't have to ask them. But if I have to ask them, you can depend on me to ask them. You can depend on me to ask them. So I would advise that this issue is dealt with in the next 24 hours, because I will not hold my peace for longer than 24 hours. If the issue is dealt with, then I will hold my peace. But if anybody think they can ignore Global TV on this issue, go on. Accountability. He went on an onslaught on Brenda yesterday. Beat and teach. He went on an onslaught on Brenda yesterday, and I'm saying to the gentleman in call to action, if you don't support misogyny, if you want to show accountability and transparency, this issue must be addressed. And if there's an issue within the group, the public must know. You understand? So we're going to provide clarity to the public in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, I have a truckload of questions. I can tip me truck tomorrow. I can turn up and just tip sand, marl, gravel. Don't let me come out here and ask questions. Call me when the show done, beat and teach. Or may I go send the show to you away and loan some. You will get the drift. Just draw it to the 29 minutes. Draw it to the 20, because I don't know me not call them name the over here. So. And if you don't hear me call the name, you don't realize something is wrong. So, I'm going to send you the link. Draw it to 29 minutes and watch it. But I'm saying somebody needs to come out in public, because we learn some come out in a public with something and people not fool. If anybody a fool, me no fool. Yet it was on a live. It was on a live. I'll send you the link. Check your phone, I'll send you the link. Hold on there. Abena. So me begging the gentleman them to adjust it for peace sake. And don't make me have to go on loads of question asking. Don't make me have to start walk around the world asking question. I need to find that. Hold on there, Pam. Let me send. Hold on. No, it was very disrespectful. And the men them need to address it. That type of misogyny will not be tolerated. Can't tolerate anywhere else. Hold on there. I send it to you as well, Pam. Can I have the link? I don't know if I have your number, Vivian. If I have your number, send me a text and I'll send the link to you. But it was rude, disrespectful, and I go on like say, nobody don't know who Brenda is. So somebody need to come out. Somebody need to come out and talk whether we know Brenda or not. Somebody need to come out. Whether he was speaking for himself or not, Colleen, he made reference to both organizations, the Global Diaspora Council and the One Legal Defense Group. What he ranted and disrespected Brenda about had something to do with the conference in Canada. I hope everybody know, anybody in the group knows say there's a problem, wanna come out, come talk. That's all me I say. It's not a misunderstood case. Misunderstanding from who you born to? If there's a misunderstanding, why Wayne Lonesome didn't deal with it internally before come calling a woman in the organization piece of what's it or rather? There was no misunderstanding here. So may I beg the gentleman them. May I beg them come out, come address the issue. Because it's boiling. Jamrock said I saw it yesterday. I beg them, me not giving more than 24 hours. So if they want to make the shit hit the fan tomorrow, then me will dodge under the fan and choke the shit. Enough of the fuckery and division amongst us. Enough of the susu, bitterness, and backbiting. Hey, Jesus. We are Jamaican men. Get up and give women a seat. I hope you have a chance, Ubuntu, to listen to that show he did yesterday. The one where the title said clickbait. Listen the show for yourself. If it was mistaken or whatever, I didn't see it yesterday. It was if you're aware of his platform, Ubuntu, it's the one with titled clickbait. And draw it to the 29 minutes. And you will hear the disgraceful behavior. So, now I'm talking about the disrespectful, how Wayne Lonesome come disrespect Brenda yesterday. A woman which is a part of the struggle for a better Jamaica. And me not hear nobody come out from the Global Diaspora Council or the One Jamaica Legal Defense where Wayne Lonesome referred to in his rant. And I'm adding call to action group in it because all three organizations are the same men them within the organizations. And I am saying there must be a response from the organization. Otherwise, Wayne will just ask uncomfortable question. Otherwise, so if you don't want a breakdown in the space on this issue, I advise that you all address it. I will listen to it too. I missed that live. Okay. I beg you now, go listen to it. Listen to it. Just drive when you find it. Drive to the 29 minutes and listen. Somebody have to respond to that. The organization's name were called. And everybody must know the truth now. So me a big somebody come out, come talk the truth. Nobody go make nobody say a contentious Wayne contentious. Or a problem Wayne a look. Somebody must address the issue. Because all 24 hours too long. We should have gone until tonight. But may I be gracious. I am being gracious. Because I have whole heap of questions for you ask. And Ono should come out and lay the ground so I don't have to ask any question. Hey, Ono no say when me thought ask. Me no afraid who me ask and what me ask. Enough of it. Enough of it. Granny said, too much rat never dig a good hole. Take up your shovel when you see the crowd come and move on. Move on. My question is, whatever excuse anyone want to make for Wayne Lonesome, why Wayne Lonesome did not deal with it internally? Why, if something happened, him take it to him never deal with it internally. Him take it to the airwave and come out and disrespect people. Is there any context to that? So, me just beg them, don't make things fall apart tomorrow. Please. Don't let things fall apart. I'm begging you all. But the issue shouldn't go longer than that without clarity. Beat and teach it dead, trust me. Oh, you're hearing it now. It dead. And tell me if there was any justification. Listen to it. And tell me if there was any justification for that behavior. If she did something wrong, tell me in an organization if this is if there's any justification for lonesome behavior. Tell me why somebody should not respond to this. Nobody never knew there was any problem until he came out yesterday. He identified him coming out and behaving like this about the Global Diaspora Council and the One Jamaica Legal Defense. What he opened up in public is that there is internal problem. We want to know what those internal problems are. That's what accountability, transparency, and good governance demands, is what we come out here on a regular basis and demand from the government. Well, we don't want to show no accountability to the people them. We don't want to be transparent. What authorization? Let me make something clear. I will answer this specifically. What authorization? Wayne Lonesome is not a part of the Global Jamaica Diaspora, One Jamaica Legal Defense, or Call to Action. The Call to Action group. The Call to Action group. I will tell you what it is if them don't answer tomorrow. Hey! We pray them don't answer by tomorrow. And you will know, you say it's not clear what he's saying. Pray that them don't answer, them don't respond till tomorrow. And then you'll all be clear on what this is all about. Hey! Fish bigger than pot bottom. Eh? Oh, Jesus. In behavior not justified. If she had done something wrong, why didn't he deal with it in the organization? He couldn't, because he's not a part of it. He's not in the WhatsApp group that we are in, even though I have been recently added to it. He's not in that WhatsApp group. He has never attended a meeting. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, Kasharan Kosi. Kashabaka just juke me. Hey, Kasha Maka just juke me. Judgment about you tomorrow morning. Hmm? Judgment. Dr. Francis, I'm on air while you're calling. I'm just letting you know, Dr. Francis, you're calling me, but I'm on air. Good morning, Dr. Francis. Hello. Good morning. I'm good, thank you. I'm live on air at the moment, but you are not on speaker. Mm-hmm. 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 Some clarity is needed in public, and I hope that is done sooner rather than later. Were you not aware of what Wayne Lonesome did yesterday? Was it brought to your attention? What I would suggest, Dr. Francis, that you call an emergency meeting and decide how this will be addressed in the next 24 hours, because I have given 24 hours for it to address. Otherwise, I'll be asking a lot of questions tomorrow. Mhm. My platform is available for anyone who wants to address the issue. I will make space for that, but it is critical for the integrity of the organization that the matter be dealt with in public with clarity. Mhm. Yes, yes. Mhm. Yes, yes. Mhm. I will, when I hang up, I will send you the link so you can watch from the 30 minutes onward, so you can listen for yourself. The number that you're calling me, and I will send the link to that number. Yes. This is my problem. Why Wayne Lonesome didn't discuss it internally rather than take it to social media? Because that opens up something to the public where not fools would start ask questions. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I hope we can talk later on and then the issue can be dealt with for clarity to the public. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, my people. But if we move forward and we now move forward with unity, we should go our separate ways and do our separate things. But me not gonna have nobody play on the minds of the people to get to where they're going. It's not gonna happen. Definitely not going to happen. No, Ubuntu. Dr. Francis didn't call to shut me down. Trust me. Nobody knows him can shut me down. It's not like that. Trust me. It is really not like that. Everybody should know by now on social media. Nobody can shut down Wayne. Me too, me too fool. Hmm? Don't you think me too fool? For anybody would have try silence me, man? No, no, sir. Whoa. Nobody don't so. Nobody don't stay so, man. Everybody knows say me a dragonaut. Nobody wouldn't do it. Them know say me nice, but me also foolish. So no, they not do it all. They not do it. Hmm? They are not going to do that. Hmm? Mm-mm. They not a reason for do it neither. Not a reason at all. But me is not about politics and all that. Me is about the people. Me is about the people. You just come call us. Me is about the people. Watch the show and catch up call us. Hmm? Me is about the people. And nobody will ride on the back of the people. If we can't unite, go our separate ways. Hmm? If we cannot unite, go our separate ways. Social justice activists and political activists cannot work together. You're not going to achieve what you set out for. It's two different agendas going two different directions. Sifting and vetting must become a part of organization. Otherwise, you're going to always have traitors, people with political agenda, people with personal agenda, people with social climbing agenda. We always talk about what the white man them are do to we. What about the disunity between us? What about how we have held us back? Because everybody wants to be leader. Everybody wants to be on top or ahead. Listen here. Me now come out here come fight for justice. Then behind corner, me quiet to corruption. You have to bust me out. You don't have to bust me out. That's why I tell you all the while, I'm not a fan and I'm not partisan. It mean no celebrity no out the way me like. None. It mean no politician no out the way me like. I'm not partisan and I'm not political and I'm not a fan. When I open my mouth, I don't speak to make people happy. I speak to make people learn. If you don't want to learn, it's your business, not mine. But Dr. Francis has responded. I'm hoping they'll do the right thing within the 24 hours to stop me from asking a bunch of uncomfortable questions tomorrow morning. Because as I've said to Dr. Francis, the integrity of the organization matters. And when Lonesome come out and behave in such a disgraceful way to a female who works along with the organization that Wayne Lonesome is not a part of, then somebody of the organization must address the issue to provide accountability to the people so that the people can have confidence in the organization. But I'm going to leave it at that this morning. I am going to leave it at that this morning. And I hope good sense can prevail. And that we do not have to take another organization down a slippery slope. Thank you all for joining us this morning. You see this crab in a barrel mentality. You see the way all we Jamaicans use social media. We're never going to get ahead if we don't take example from the good side of what is happening in Africa and social media. Coming on, what do we? I don't know what is wrong with us. If you have my number, Errol, send me a WhatsApp and let's forward you the link. Wayne Lonesome shouldn't bring it in a public. Him should have contact whoever in the organization him can contact and speak to. If him think Brenda did something to him. If he think nobody knows who Brenda is, then Wayne Lonesome should have spoken to somebody within the organization rather than took to his social media page with a disgraceful behavior, with a misogyny behavior. Me not even want promoting him pan Christopher, but me try just so the audience get the gist and the understanding of why I raised this issue this morning. Just so the audience, beat and teacher, 1 minute you say start. Just so the audience get the understanding this morning that this is an issue that must be dealt with or dealt with, whichever grammar it may be.
As you heard me right, they have
That must be. Hold on there. Somebody don't be a part of the organization and come out and behave that way and challenge. It's the worst nightmare of my life, but see the link pin in at the top of the organization, in at the top of the chat there. So just hit the link Swipe to the 34-minute Alphabet and teach, and then you will start here in behavior, how him carry on. If there was an issue, why you don't deal with it internally? If you're a part of the organization, why you never deal with it internally? Why you choose to come out and behave like that? Did you call anybody in the organization and vent your anger or frustration? Why you would come out and behave like that? So joy to the about 34 minutes, Kabita and teach around this up. About around this up, beat and teach. Find it. But it was a disgraceful behavior. Let me take a quick break while I don't just have a quick look on it.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we go to eat no money, what we at you, it no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year, look rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of man statue. Say we like a catch you, but they got enough, they got you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up, him a got up. Too much eating at the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption cease.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, the rapper, they down in our fever. Member bold only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't.
Thank you very much and welcome back. On a must, for those of you who jump off to look at what I'm referring to or listen to what I'm referring to, you must have got the gist by now. So, all I'm saying is, I hope for the integrity of the organization. Elaine Turner, how you do? I hope for the integrity of the organization, good sense will prevail. I want to thank you all very much for being here with us this morning on the Global Television Group. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a great support as always. Continue to like, subscribe, and share the content on Global TV. We will definitely be back with you later. Thank you very much. and good morning, good afternoon from Global Television.